your daughter is very mature for her age.
True.
And part of it, I think, is because of your wife and yourself. You guys kind of include her in conversations, and you talk to her about serious stuff too. And you talk to her like an adult sometimes.
Yeah,
like
I don't speak to her like a child.
No, exactly. And
in fact, I probably speak more childish than she does.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, she probably rolls her eyes at you.
Quite often.
Yeah. And we try to do the same thing with Gabby was very mature for her age from day one. And I like that. You know, like, I think kids need to know, like, this is the reality. This is what, can happen.
I have to balance that with, like, okay, I don't want you to make the mistakes I did, but also, like, I need to give you enough rope to make mistakes. Hey, everybody.
Hey!
Yeah, we're doing it. Welcome back to the Quiet Riot Show. I'm Tim, and that person across from me is Tommy. What?
Lovely introduction.
No?
I love it.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, so it's just the two of us today, and
yeah,
we're not prepared.
No, not at all.
We're just gonna be sad today.
I think I'm fine like every other day. I think,
full disclosure, I'm fucking exhausted.
Why are you so tired?
I guess let's
exhausted. Why are you
I guess
so
let's check in.
Sure.
Mentally, I'm an 8. Physically, I'm a 4.
Ooh.
Just because been doing lots of yard work and like me not being in shape.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't.
Nope.
Doing a bunch of landscaping is tough work, and yeah. So
I looked at all of it. I wouldn't do that.
I know you would. You told me before I started, before I even had a chance to ask if you want to help. You said, "No, I'm not helping."
No, don't ask. Like,
I know.
Don't make me say no when
this
you know
is
the
where
answer's already
everyone
no.
listening. This is where you find out who your true friend is.
Yeah, me.
Who's honest? Yeah.
Yeah. Don't ask me to help. That's rude.
I know.
You know I would never do that.
It's like asking that one friend that has the truck. It's like, hey, can you can I use your truck? Yeah. I know what you mean.
No, it's awful.
It's different if you offer.
I'll help with other things.
Yeah.
I help you with other things.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So fuck you.
You help me make money, so that's good.
Yeah, right? I give you money.
Yeah.
What else do I do for you?
We can't say that.
I drink with you.
Yeah, but yeah, so...
Hey, how's your truck? Is it getting fixed?
Yeah, it just got in the shop yesterday.
Okay.
After a month, so
well,
it is what it is.
It's actually pretty short.
It's actually exactly. I'm super happy. But yeah, so but mentally, I'm very happy that the backyard's getting done, and like we're doing it as a family. So even the little guy, straps on some gloves.
That's awesome.
And then he's carrying those pavers in his hand.
Yeah.
So
well, you sent me that picture yesterday.
Yeah.
You should post that picture on our Instagram.
Maybe I will.
Or do you
yeah.
not post pictures of your kids?
No, I mean I can post it. Yeah.
You don't have to.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
I'm not like forcing you to do it.
No, that's okay. Yeah.
It's your kid.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just been nice. Yeah. That he bitches a lot. He's like, why do we have to do this? I was like, you know what? Like, I told him, like, when I was a kid, I was the same way. Just complained all the time.
I feel like every kid.
Yeah, but like, now looking
like
back, my dad built our old cottage, and me and my brother helped him, and like that pride of now that pride came in like maybe 10 years after that. But it was just nice to look back, like, holy shit, like, like my dad built this with us, like with our own hands. We built it, right? And
yeah, there's probably something to that.
Yeah, so it's that feel of accomplishment, I guess, right? So I told him, I was like, you know what, like, you might look at this as like hard work for like a couple hours, you know, but first of all, let's be honest, you don't fucking work hard when you're 10.
And also, like, a couple of hours to a kid, feels like eternity.
For sure, yeah.
B, they have no concept of time.
No, exactly.
So it shouldn't actually feel like an eternity.
So, no, it was just kind of nice that, we had the chat while we were working. So it was mentally, I'm very happy.
That's good.
Yeah, just the physical part.
Exhausted.
Like,
You working this week?
Oh, yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
I feel like you never work.
I'm home early.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
I'm back to my super early shift. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
you know what?
gross. I have to do that tomorrow.
So last week
Not
I was
shift, but like I got to get up probably when you get up.
Yeah. I start work at 4:30.
Oh, so you'll already be at work.
Yeah. And I'm riding my bicycle, so I'm gonna get up early.
Like, what time are you leaving?
I'm gonna leave at 3:30.
Oh my God!
To
Why?
get to work. Just because doctor's orders, I need to
Okay.
exercise, and
All
it's
right.
like I don't have time to do it after. So this way, you know what?
Fair. That's why I golf in the mornings. What?
Okay, yeah,
What?
Yeah, never mind. Sorry.
Whoa,
yeah.
no,
See,
no.
When I look at
What
when
the
I look
fuck
at
is that
golf,
shit?
when I look at golf, the first couple holes, I'm like, I'm gonna do good, and then by hole 9, the beers catch up, and then I don't care, and then I'm like looking for a cart.
Well, I'm not drinking in the morning.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
not
why
all the time.
That's why I kind of stopped. I was like, okay, yeah, fair. You walk it.
I
and,
walk.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a cart that, like a thing that follows behind me
Oh, you got one of those
with my clubs on it.
Oh, you got the electric thing. You don't carry your clubs.
No, fuck no. No, absolutely
That's
not.
too much.
But I have like a cart thing that follows behind me.
Nice.
And you put you push this button and put a remote in your pocket,
yeah.
and then it just like follows you where you go.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Oh, it's unreal.
So is that yours or is that part of?
It's mine. Yeah.
Okay, that's not like part of the.
No, it's mine. I had to buy it, but it's the fucking best.
So next time you cry that you're broke and you can't, you have to cancel a trip with me to Toronto. I'm just gonna tell you.
That's why.
Sell
but
your
this
fucking
is,
cart.
No way. This is like I get
No,
years of enjoyment out of that,
Yeah.
and I hate pushing my clubs. I don't want to ride. I want to walk.
So why do you hate pushing the cart? Because that's not that hard. Like
no, but I'm starting in the morning. I got a coffee. I'm having a smoke. I got 2 hands.
Okay. Fair.
Can't push the cart if I'm drinking coffee and
That's true.
hacking darts.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Come on, I got logical reasons for this.
Beautiful. So that's why I'm riding the bike. I need to get
that's
some
good.
exercise in.
Right.
So I was like, might as well do
How's
it.
your eating thing going? I made fun of you a lot at the beginning there.
It took some dips. I took some dips.
Fair, fair.
Yeah.
Saturday being one of them.
Saturday being one of them.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah. I had some cactus cut potatoes and or potato chips.
Yeah, we went out for Uncle Terry's birthday.
Yeah, Uncle Terry's birthday. It was nice. It was actually really nice to see him and nice to see Steve too. And it was
great. I enjoyed
We
it.
watched the fights. It was all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't ever watch fights, but
I'm not. Yeah,
if they're on and like I actually kind of enjoy them. But
that's
I
the
wouldn't
thing. Like I'm
I don't
not
think
going
I'd
out
get
of the
into
way.
it.
Yeah.
I don't think I could be like one of those people who gets into it.
Yeah. No.
But like that was a good occasion. It was fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I
don't know.
enjoyed it. No, it was good.
Yeah, I guess.
I didn't get drunk. I really wanted to get drunk, but I didn't get drunk.
No, you were ready to go at like midnight. Everyone's leaving. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna go too.
Yeah, I
Were we
got
full. I think everyone was full.
and I got tired.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
so I
that'll
was
do
just like, I'm like,
I'll just go home.
because then, it was midnight. So I was like, if we were to start drinking, or if I had stayed over, I know within an hour or two, you would have called it.
Probably.
Yeah, and it's like if I start drinking at midnight,
tired.
Then
Yeah, that's fair.
I want to keep going.
Yeah, that's
right.
fair.
So
Yeah.
I was just like, I made the smart decision to go home.
I don't do that anymore.
Well, I don't either, but that's why, like, if I just know if I start drinking, like
Yeah.
or having shots or something, then
that's
I
fair.
want to keep going, and I'd rather don't.
I think if like Terrence had wanted to stay and like amp it up after the fights,
Yeah.
I could have got into it.
Mm-hmm.
But when he
But yeah.
was like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
It's
everyone was kind of like, okay,
yeah,
wrapping
cool.
it up, so
Sounds good.
which was nice because I got a decent night of sleep, so
Right.
it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, we're so smart and mature.
Right. Look at us.
We're mature.
We're very mature
Sounds
people
wrong coming
making
out of my mouth.
responsible decisions. Our wives don't listen
Yeah.
to this, right?
I
I don't think so.
I don't think mine listens.
Mine doesn't.
I mean, I tell her to listen, but
Nah, whatever.
yeah.
She's got other
I
things
told her
to
if
do.
you want to get to know me better.
She doesn't. She knows you. She's known you long enough. She's like, actually, I'd like to get to know you less.
She's like, I know it's fake what you guys are doing.
Just a bunch of lies.
No. But yeah, I don't think she listens. How about you? How are you doing?
Mentally, if we're doing separately,
Yeah.
sure. Mentally, I'm like a 7,
Okay.
7.5 maybe today.
Okay.
Yeah, probably 7.5. Physically, like a 6.5.
Okay.
So I'm not bad. Pretty normal.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm tired, but like that's whatever.
Yeah. Just work.
I'm old and I just work a lot.
So old.
Yeah, and I just work a lot.
Yeah.
Which is also why mentally I'm good, because we had a super good month. So everything has been really great for the business. So that makes me happy, because at least it makes me feel like the effort I'm putting in and my staff are putting in and my partner's putting in, like, it's all working.
Yeah, good.
So that's good. So that feels really good.
You mentioned that you're by yourself this week, right?
My partner's his sister is in from Austria. She lives in Austria. She has for, I think, more.
I think you mentioned it before.
More of her life than she's lived here. And my partner's actually lived in Austria for a while too. So he's staying home she's staying at his place, and they're with his family, and they're staying home as much as possible. He was in today, but I think
I think
that's it for the week, though. I told him. I think that's it for the week. So that's good. It's okay. We get lots done when we're together, but also, like, you got to take a break at some point.
Well, we kind of had that chat on Saturday, actually, right? Like how, like, you have to, like, trust each other, right? So he has to be able to take some time off and trust that everything's going to be good with the business, vice versa, right?
Yeah. So and I'm going away next week.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to be at the cabin for a few days.
At ya.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah. No, I'm going to the cabin for a few days, and then so I'll take some time, and like, it's summer. We only get so much summer.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I don't hate winter, but, like, I don't want to do the same things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's nice. Yeah, it's good.
Beauty.
I feel good about it. So we were talking over the last couple of weeks about, like, guests, and we always are trying to plan guests, and we're busy, and people are busy, and it's a lot. Like, to try and get guests in here is a lot of work. To get guests, like, not that we have this big list of guests, like, it's mostly us trying to find people,
and then
trying to line up our schedules, and blah blah blah. So we've actually decided to do probably more episodes, just the two of us.
Yep.
I think ease some of the pressure of, like, finding guests and then coordinating, and it's like, okay, this guy this week and blah blah blah. I love having guests on this show.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable, and the guests we've had, like, have been just
we learn something
amazing
from each guest.
Yeah.
So that's
I don't
really
learn
nice.
anything from you. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's okay. We talked about, like, how sometimes the episodes can be heavy. So our last two guests were, they're quite heavy topics
in very different ways. Yeah.
And so that kind of takes a little toll on us as well.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a nice break just to, deal with our own shit and
right.
talk about our own shit, and then not.
Well, and we're like buddies, and we know everything about it. We talk in between shows. It's not like we just sit here and that's the first time we've spoken since the last time.
Yeah.
Like, and it's lighter. It's just, I think that's what it's
more of a natural.
That's what I like about it, is it's just like, oh, we get to be a little, like, not that we're funny, but we get to try and be funny a little bit, or whatever it is, and natural, and I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Your daughter's at camp right now.
Our daughters are
our daughter. We have a daughter together.
Our daughters.
Our daughters are both at camp right now. This is my daughter's gone to camp the last couple of years.
Yeah.
She's doing more camp this year, so she was already away for like a week. And my daughter's my only child.
Yep.
So you have a son as well.
Yes. So it's a little bit different
probably.
Yeah.
But, like,
we can't just have sex in any room during the day.
Well, I don't know if Jacob would love that so much.
I don't think so.
This is how you were created.
Yeah. Why are you guys wrestling and why are you guys nude?
You don't bang with your pants on?
No.
So
I can barely keep my pants on right now, man.
Fair enough. All right. If you start swaying and swinging, fair enough. They'll just fall off. Got so many other jokes, but maybe not for this show.
No.
So me and Rachel dropped Autumn off on Monday morning. So yesterday morning, I guess. Mm-hmm. Early. And she's off to camp for, like, just under 2 weeks.
Yeah, till next Friday.
Yeah. So it's so funny. So I don't know if I mentioned this on the show before. So she went to camp for a week already. And that was fine. She's been to that camp a couple times. And then this one came up, and this was like me and Autumn just kind of talked about it, planned it, saw it, and we're like, oh, she's going.
Yeah.
And we didn't ask, like, we didn't talk to Rachel. We didn't bring it up. We had already decided.
Yeah.
And Rachel's like, wow, like, she's a mom.
Yeah.
And so she's like, she knows the camp. She went there when she was young.
Okay.
But she's like, well, that's a long time.
For her or for you?
And so she's like, well, that's a long time. Well, what about this? What about this? I'm like, this is non-negotiable. We've decided she's going.
Yeah, it's 2
and
against
I just
1.
put my foot down, and I was just like, no, she's going. Like, we're doing this. We're signing her up. She's going. She wants to go. Well, that's a pretty long, like, is there a 1 week thing? Like, how long is it? When does she leave? Like, all these questions. And I could tell. And she's like, Autumn, are you sure you're okay with that? And she's just being a mom.
Yeah.
But I could tell.
Mama bear.
She's like kind of trying to talk her out of it. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking her? And I'm in the, like, we're talking. And I'm like, are you trying to talk her out of going to camp? And she's like, well, no. I'm like, well, yeah.
That's funny.
So, but then it all worked out great. And she was excited to go. She's very social. So she loves being around other kids. She's an only kid. So like, if she doesn't have things to spend time with other kids, she doesn't.
Yeah.
And so it's great.
Yeah.
This is also the first year she's been able to stay home alone. And so we've been working. Like, it's been a blessing to have that ability to leave her at home alone. Now I feel bad because she's at home alone all day or whatever, but like, it's nice. Like, it's been nice. And so she's away for, as of yesterday morning, she's away for like 11 days or 10 days or 12. I don't know what it is. Whatever. I know when we have to pick her up.
Yeah.
I'm in the stage of that's excitement. I feel like a week from now I'll be in the stage of it where I'm like, is she fucking coming home ever or what? Like, I'm going to miss her.
Oh, for sure.
I don't miss her today, but I'll miss her in like 3 or 4 more days. I'll start thinking about her more. And
and I think it's those regular things that you guys have together. Like, usually, I believe on Friday you guys kind of just hang out together as a family. Then on Saturday you take her to
often
your in-laws.
she goes to her grandparents.
So there's these routine things that you won't have to do, and I think that's when it's gonna hit you. Or like, oh shit, she's gone. She's been gone for 4 to 5 days.
Also, it's gonna hit me when like the house looks the same 5 days from now or today or tomorrow.
I don't know that feeling.
And so like, that part's nice.
Yeah. No, so
how about you? Like, Gabby left.
Yeah, so she left on Sunday.
Okay.
So 2 days ago. I wasn't there when to drop her off.
Oh my God, you didn't even go?
No, I was with my son in Winnipeg Beach.
Two kids. Right.
I had 2 kids. Yeah.
Right. Boardwalk days or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we went to see our friends that they're same age boys. They're on rides and stuff. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he had a blast. But like so. So my daughter's the opposite. Like, she's she's an introvert.
Yeah.
And this is the first time that she's gone for a week without a cell phone, being able to call mom and dad, like she was freaking out. Like, even 2-3 days before that,
already
leading
was
up to it, she was just like,
okay.
Oh, I'm kind of worried, I'm like, so I tell her, because like I went to camp as a kid, and
well, you went for like months.
Oh, I was gone once for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Gone for 2 weeks, no problem. And I loved it. I told her, I was like, you're gonna build memories. You're gonna find new friends. Like, it's just enjoy every minute of it, because like you don't have these distractions like cell phone, TV, and all that.
Well,
shit.
She's a nice, personable girl.
Oh,
like,
she is.
She's super friendly.
She's
very kind.
She doesn't make friends very easily, as in. Not that she doesn't want to, but she's not that person that will approach.
Yeah.
If somebody approaches her, she'll be totally fine.
She just doesn't initiate.
No. And like,
okay.
And then also, like, she has friends in school, but then that friend has other friends, and she might not like them, so they don't really hang out too much.
It's very complicated, that whole. And is this a female thing?
Maybe, I don't know, but like,
I've been going through this with my daughter, and like just paying attention to like, well, this girl and her are really good friends, but this other girl sucks, and so her friend doesn't really want to hang out with them if she's hanging out with her. It seems fucking complicated.
And it could be just because, like, she
One time
she told me I had green pants,
like,
and then that's really blue pants, and like she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Okay, this has
Drama.
to be girl stuff.
I maybe.
I don't know, guys. I didn't do that with guys when I was young.
I mean, and again,
maybe it's different now. I was
friends with. I told my daughter I was friends with everybody. I was friends with the bullies. I was friends with the nerds. I was friends with the sports kids.
The jocks.
Like I was just
sports kids.
Yeah,
it's jocks.
Is that what you call them?
Oh yeah, English second language. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Actually,
jocks. Third.
Yeah.
What's your second?
I'm fluent in Slovak and Hungarian and Czech, actually. So
I didn't know this was the bragging episode. Is that what you're going to title it?
girlfriend.
Well, I can't be friends with you anymore because I don't like Czech people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like them either. The Slovaks never like the Czechs, and the Czechs never like the Slovaks. But then we get along when we're drunk.
Languages. They must be similar.
It's like British and American
Yeah,
English.
okay, yeah. So, girls' relationships seem so complicated.
Yeah.
But not, okay, let's finish the camp thing.
Yeah, so
I want to talk about how this all relates to being a dad and how we support. Actually,
Yes.
what I'd like to talk about, which we didn't know going in, is what I now know I'd like to talk about is like being a dad to a female. I think that's a great, and our daughters are a year and a half apart.
Yeah, something
I think
like
a year and a half
that.
or something like that. So
it's fucking scary. But yeah, what I wanted to mention about the camp. So, my daughter being anxious about the camp and everything. So my wife, the good thing is she's going there with her best friend.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Yeah.
a huge help, and that's how we were able to convince her.
I threw Autumn on a bus. She knew fucking nobody.
Yeah, but Autumn is very
she's
outgoing.
social. She's outgoing.
Exactly.
She's social. Yeah. She'll just make friends.
So she had actually 2 of her friends are going, but she was like with her best friend, like she's super close. But one of the other friends came by that just lives in our area and like helped her pack.
Oh, that's
it's like,
nice.
this is like there's a list, a suggested list, and it's like, okay, like I need this and this and this and this, Whereas her best friend's like, fuck, let's see what happens,
I feel like Gabby's good with the list.
yeah. And then so she packed
She
up.
doesn't get that from you.
And no, and so she had this like giant bag, and then they show up at the bus, and like Gabby's the only one with the big bag, and they picked up her friend, so her best friend that doesn't give a shit, and she pretty much showed up there with a backpack. It's like, yeah, it says 2 runners, I'm just bringing
whatever, we'll
one.
figure it
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so they show up, and Gabby like didn't want to get out of the car.
Because her bag was
just
too
like,
big.
Yeah, I'm the only one with a big bag. And then her friend's name is Brooke. Brooke was just like, it's okay, I'll just say it's my bag. She grabbed it.
Oh, really?
Because she's
That's
just
so
like,
sweet.
she's been to that camp like 5 times.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
knows people. And she's like, I don't care. It's my bag.
Oh,
Fine.
that's really
So it's really nice that she has that support there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So Rach, again, going back, and this isn't the Rip on Rach episode. She's an amazing mother, and these are all things I think she's amazing for. I also think they're hilarious.
Yeah.
So she's like a week and a half before camp, she's already prepping Autumn's stuff. Like, okay, what's she gonna win? We gotta buy all this stuff. Every fucking camp, we gotta spend $500 on shit. I don't know. Anyways, separate conversation.
Yeah.
So
That's going to be on the episode of how my wife spends the money.
Yeah.
Which in that episode, I will be the wife because I'm the spender.
We're pretty splitsies on everything, so it's okay. So she is already prepping her stuff. She's thinking about it like a month before. The second the list comes out, she's like, all right, what do I got? Like, she's super like attentive and very like very strategic and like very.
And she thinks of everything.
She sucks with lists and shit like that, but she thinks she does. She actually works really well with it.
Okay.
So she's like laying everything out. She's doing 45 fucking loads of laundry, which I'll never understand in my life. She's got everything laid out. Autumn's got all these things, and now like you're trying to pack a teenage girl who is like getting into the phase of her life where like, well, I got to bring my blow dryer because my hair's got to, like, you're going to fucking camp.
I got a story about
my makeup, my blow dryer,
and
my
makeup,
blah blah blah, and this fucking thing, and this fucking thing, and then, well, we got to put it in these types of bags, and I'm just like, so I just back off because these are not Tim moments. Like, these are not moments I'll contribute in a good way to. You want me to go to the store and pick something up? I'll go do that. Yeah. But like, I'm not getting involved in this piece of the pie because like I'm gonna get frustrated because it's ridiculous, and like you're gonna get frustrated because I think it's ridiculous. So I'm fucking.
It's not gonna end well.
This is not a dad moment. So my dad moment was like, are you guys hungry? I can make food. Like, that was so she's doing this, and I looked at her at one point the night before she was leaving. Rach is like packing everything and shoving it in this bag, and she's like, well, it's a backpack. I don't know if everything's gonna fit. And like, I went and borrowed a sleeping bag and like a sleeping mat from my buddy because I'm not an outdoorsy guy, so I don't have any of that shit. So I like went to my buddy's place. I was there for a couple hours having a couple whiskeys, but like, then I get the text.
You got the
like,
job done.
Then I get the text like, "Hey, are you coming home soon?" And like, yeah, on the way right away. What's up? Do you need me to grab something? And like, no, I'm not sure how this is all gonna fit. And I'm like, oh God, I don't want to get involved in this. Like you did this. I'm not. So I get into the house. I got the sleeping bag. I got the mat. I get grateful thank yous and appreciation for going to do that. No guff. I don't get a lot of guff over stuff. She knew when I went there I'm going to stay for a couple of drinks. It was my buddy RJ.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like, yeah. You're sending me to RJ's house. Like, sorry, you know what that entails. And like, no guff. So she like actually got it all. I was like, why don't you just put it in a suitcase? Like, use my small carry-on bag that I've had forever. She's like, well, they have to boat to the camp and she's going to have to carry it. This is a backpack and then another backpack, so like she doesn't have to carry anything. Okay, I understand the logic behind that. Also, like, you think she's going to be able to repack all this into these 2 items at the end of 12 days? Like, we're going to pick her up. She's going to have 2 garbage bags full of stuff, and the backpack's going to be in the garbage bag, which is fine. Whatever. I don't care. Like, it means nothing to me.
Actually, that's probably easier.
So I look at Rach and I go, you know what we should do? She's like, what? She knows I'm going to say something stupid because she's my wife. Yeah. I go, next year, I'm packing her for camp, and you have to stay the fuck out of it.
What did she say?
And she looks at me. She goes, I don't know if I can do that. And I go, no, let's do it. Next year for camps, I'll do the packing. Mm-hmm. I'll work with her. Okay. Make sure she has whatever she needs, or I don't know. But like, I'll do it.
Okay.
So I don't know. She agreed, but it's a year away. Easy to agree to something that's a year away.
Yeah, yeah.
I still don't think she'll let me, but I'm curious to try it.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, what if you said you had a blow dryer story?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So what if you had to pack Abby for camp?
So when we travel, my family lays out their clothes.
Okay.
This is what I'm thinking of taking, and I go in there. I'm like, yes, no, yes,
really?
no.
You have that?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yep. I mean, they have certain things that's like non-negotiable.
Fine.
Like,
you get a pile
makeup
of
and stuff.
Yeah,
like, okay, fine. I don't know what you need. I wasn't there this time when she was packing, and then Adriana kind of told me after.
She ended up with a big bag.
Well, it was like, yeah, and it's like, well, because Gabby was freaking out a little bit, and Adriana kind of like, I didn't tell her, but I was thinking, I'm like, well, you have 2 fucking bags of makeup. Like, you don't need that for camp, you know?
Well, just bring I get it, you want makeup.
Yeah,
fine,
but like,
take makeup.
Take
but like,
one mascara, one whatever. And,
I understand makeup.
But they have.
I know what it takes.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to wear makeup.
You do, yeah.
For those that don't know.
But yeah, no. So I wasn't there, and
it got out of control.
But also, there was a list provided, so I know Gabby would have been like, if I kind of tried to tell her like, "Oh, you don't need this," she'd be like, "Well,
no,
but the list says,
yeah, the list is
so
the
I
list
was just
is
like,
the Bible."
But now she experienced it; she's seen other kids, so I think next year it's going to be easier for her.
Has she been to camp before? This is the first time.
Not overnight. Gone for a week.
Okay.
She was in day camps, but not overnight. A couple of the day camps, they had like one night was overnight, you know.
Okay.
But nothing like this where you leave and you come back at the end of the week. Yeah. So this is.
I hope she has the best
test.
time.
I think so, and I think so because like it sounded like they're gonna have lots of activities and lots.
They always do.
They always have like, oh, you can do either. You can choose 4 activities and then you will do 3.
Yeah, that's how like autumn did. Like I think every camp's the same. Mm-hmm. Like every day you sign up.
I mean, at least for me, it was like, this is what we're doing.
Well, in Europe they just whip you and make you build brick walls and stuff. But like
I've been to one of those.
Oh, jeez.
That was
again. I had so many jokes. I'm just gonna not. I'm gonna leave those alone.
That's when child abuse was actually still acceptable.
Oh, yeah. Man, that would be great. Now that I'm not a child, I would love that.
But yeah, so yeah, you know, you were kind of talking about like the blow dryer stuff and just
tell the blow dryer story. Then I want to take a break and then we're going to talk about being dads to teenage girls.
So my daughter, she's turning 15 in 2 days.
Okay, so she's 2 years older than Autumn.
I guess so, yeah.
They get along really well.
Yeah, they do. Well, like we said, your daughter is very mature for her age.
True.
And part of it, I think, is because of your wife and yourself. You guys kind of include her in conversations, and you talk to her about serious stuff too. And you talk to her like an adult sometimes.
Yeah,
like
I don't speak to her like a child.
No, exactly. And
in fact, I probably speak more childish than she does.
Probably,
for the most
yeah.
part.
She probably rolls her eyes at you.
Quite often.
Yeah. And we try to do the same thing with Gabby. Was very mature for her age from day one, and I like that. Like I think kids need to know like this is the reality. This is what can happen. Anyways, we'll talk about it in the second half. But yeah, so she's turning 15, and like she's she takes like 2 hours to get ready.
Oh yeah, that's just part of life now.
Hair, shower, dry your hair, do your hair, makeup, and I don't know what else. It's like she does her own thing. We had to come home from the camper like 2.5 hours earlier before she had to go out. But I was like, I don't get it because I don't have hair, so my hair takes like nothing. And but so she was complaining that it takes me 2 hours because I have this shitty little blow dryer. Like when she was like 4,
which fair,
and I was
that
like,
does make a difference.
And like we've heard her complain, so we gave her an early birthday present. We bought like it's a Shark brand. It was like 300. Regular price, it was like almost $500.
Like one of those fancy.
Yeah, and it comes with like a curler and a blow dryer and whatever, a couple other brushes, attachments, and another thing.
Was she pumped?
Oh, she was crying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was so happy. Yeah,
that's
so
good.
because she did not expect it, right?
Yeah.
And like we never buy expensive gifts for our kids because it's not about it's not about value.
They're alive still.
Well,
that's the gift.
Exactly.
I didn't kill you yet.
Yeah. No, but like we if you want something as a gift, like for a birthday, like we try to get you like sometimes fun things, sometimes useful things,
Sure.
but we're not gonna go spend $500 to $1,000 just to make you happy on your special day.
Well,
No.
and what you
Like,
guys do is a lot of stuff to give them experiences.
Yes, and so like she wants to have a birthday party, go to like the neon flying squirrel, so inviting some close friends, so that's like right away $300 and $400, right? Because there's food involved and all this and that, and so we're already paying for that, and we got her a couple smaller gifts, but then like we're like, well, she needs this. She's 15.
Yeah, it's something she needs anyways.
Exactly.
That's
so
the best when you can do that.
Yeah.
We're doing that with Autumn this year.
Nice, yeah. No, and then so we got it, gave her this as an early present because she was kind of freaking out, like, we're 10 minutes late, Dad. We should have been home 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So then we walked into the house, and Adria went upstairs, came downstairs, like, here you go. This should help you get ready faster.
Awesome.
So she was like, oh my God.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah, she was super happy. And again, it was time for her to get something more serious because now we see that she is actually taking time to get ready and do her
it's
hair.
important to her.
Yeah, it is. So
now I made one decision during the packing procedure.
Ooh.
There was no room for a blow dryer.
Oh no.
Hold on, it gets worse. So my response, Rach is like, I don't know, like she wants to take her blow dryer. I don't know. I'm like, she's going to camp. Like she doesn't need a fucking blow dryer.
Put it in a ponytail.
If she brings it, she's not even going to use it anyways. Because she's busy, she's social. Like she's not gonna use it.
And I'm sure somebody else will have a blow dryer.
Well, and that's what I said. I'm like, somebody's gonna have one. She can use theirs. Like every cabin, some kid's gonna bring one.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't fucking. What the fuck do I know? But I'm saying this.
Yeah.
And so we didn't pack it, but we didn't tell her we didn't pack it. And I believe my comment was, just fucking leave it out. She won't even notice. So I'm curious. You forgot to pack my blow dryer. I'm curious if that's gonna happen, and if
that's gonna be the first thing.
My fucking fault for
sure.
So
what do you think? What do you think? Top 5 comments? Like, is she gonna say the 5 things?
I honestly
that she says about the camp.
I think it'll come up.
Not that soon, maybe.
But I don't think it's gonna be a sticking point.
Okay.
I think she'll bring it up and say like, oh, you guys forgot to pack my blow dryer. Well, A, fucking pack yourself then.
Yeah.
Or, be around when we're packing if you want to supervise. Yeah. B, did someone else have one? Yeah, one of my cabin mates had one. Okay, cool.
Problem
great.
solved. You don't need one next year.
So fucking Dad was right. And Dad's packing for you next year. No fucking blow dryer. But I'm curious. I'm really curious because I could tell Rach was like a little stressed about fitting it in.
Yeah.
But she felt it was really important. And then I was just like, fuck it, just leave it out.
That's hilarious.
And for some reason, that's the one thing, because it's the only thing I said.
Yeah.
So it was the one thing she was like, all right. And I was like, oh, fuck. Okay.
That's funny.
But don't tell her.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to specify about me sorting out the clothing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't say which ones you take. I'll just say, let's say she has 6 t-shirts.
It's too many shirts.
4 t-shirts.
Yeah, okay.
And
that's
you make
fair.
a decision.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
yeah.
They sort it out, but I just like limit things. Like,
yeah, no, that's fair.
Because like, care. I mean, I don't care. Like, though I do have to, and this might be the second half discussion. She's been on a shopping spree.
Okay.
Lately.
Okay.
And it's like she comes home and she's like, it's like, this is the top. I'm like, that barely covers anything, you know? It's like,
let's get into that.
And I'm just like, ugh. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start wearing just my underwear. And she's like, well, you do that. I'm like, that's true. I walk around with my underwear all the time.
Let's talk about that after the break.
Okay, I will be back.
Right. Hey, Tommy, among all the episodes we've recorded, you know, there's one common theme, and that's getting therapy. We've talked about it lots.
Many, many times.
You had a really tough time making that first phone call. I had a tough time making that first phone call. I didn't even know if the person I was going to see was the right person, but you got to just try. Thank goodness we have a sponsor that makes it way easier now. BetterHelp has an online platform that allows you to fill out a questionnaire. They connect you with a therapist, and you get to communicate with them however you want. So whether that's text messaging, that's emails, that's through their app, that's video chats, you get all those options, and it makes it way less scary to be connected with someone. And if you're not into the person you talk to, they'll sign you another one right away. I've gotten to sign mine already, and I can't wait to use it. Like, by the time you hear this, I will have had my first session, and I'm super pumped to talk about it on the show.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it, and like, it's very easy to sign up. It took us maybe 5 minutes to sign up, and you answer just simple questions, and next thing you know, you got a message that you will be paired up with a therapist, and within the same day, we got the therapist already, and the name and a message from them, and we were able to communicate with them. So it's extremely easy. So please go to BetterHelp.com. Yeah, that's the thing. BetterHelp.com/Quiet Riot Show, and you get to also enjoy 10% off for your first month if you sign up using this link. So again, right here, I'm going to be doing it from here. Yeah, it's BetterHelp.
Am I screwing it up?
.com/Quiet Riot Show. Yeah, sign up today, and you're not going to regret it, because I'm already enjoying it. Just the fact that we connected with a therapist.
Me too, man.
Thank you to BetterHelp for supporting this podcast.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, we're back. So all of that previous conversation leads to now what I would like to discuss is being a father to a teenage daughter. You have 2 years on me.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a learning exercise for you know how I said earlier I don't learn anything from you?
Yeah.
This might actually be a different scenario.
This is the first time.
Now our daughters are very different.
They are.
They're very different people. I'm very grateful they get along really well.
Mm-hmm. We just need to force them to.
We do need to force. They both suck in different ways at
communicating.
Yeah,
they're horrible.
Yeah, they're so bad because I think they like each other.
Considering like how good we are, right?
Yeah,
it's like, damn it.
So
yeah.
Learning to be, I think patience is a huge part of it. And with any, like parenting at any age, I think, or a boy or a girl or whatever, it doesn't matter. But we're not females. Yeah. So we just, in the end, don't understand what's going through their heads, what they're feeling in their bodies, how that's affecting what's in their, like, we just don't get it.
No.
We'll never
get it.
But like young women haven't figured out yet how to communicate better, how to understand what they're feeling and translate that and all these things. Like, they're young ladies. Mm-hmm. And so I love being a dad to a teenage daughter. She's so fun. I fucking love her so much. Yeah. But I just sometimes how do I deal with the
sometimes you just want to
well, it's like sometimes it's So maybe this may not be a male female thing. I'm not sure, and maybe you'll corroborate or not. But like, I have the hardest time with irrationality and emotional thinking. Like, I have the hardest time with irrational thought and emotional thinking, because it doesn't make sense to me. But then when I apply the things that I know about logical thought and rational thinking, I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Nobody calls me that, but like,
but yes,
that's the underlying, that's the subtext. What do you do with that?
I don't know. I can't.
Fuck, you're supposed to teach me something.
No, man, I'm still learning. You know, when I first found out that I had a daughter, because we didn't know the sex until she was born.
Wow.
With both kids.
Okay.
Yeah, with both kids. We went blind
Just
into
total
it.
mystery. Cool.
Yeah, we painted the room.
You didn't do the big thing with the balloon full of pink fucking...
yeah, exactly.
Everybody's there with the...
I can't stand a gender reveal party. And then there's certain hate that comes with it, too. It's like, oh, you shouldn't be deciding the gender.
Oh,
blah, blah, blah.
We're not even going to get into that.
Overall, that whole thing, I think it's fucking bullshit, you know.
Just have the kid. Whatever it is, you're going to love it
Yeah, we
anyway.
didn't paint the room blue or pink. We painted it yellow and green.
Yeah,
you know?
perfect.
Like, it was a neutral color. We didn't buy fucking... We got white shit for the kids and whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like... And, you know, it was one of those things that... The first thought that popped in my... And I'll never forget is like, oh, great, I have my little princess. You know, that was my thing. It's just like...
Like in a negative way? Or
No.
You were like, oh, awesome.
Yeah, like this
cool.
is somebody that I'm going to cherish forever and just take care of her and like make sure that she has the best life. I never had a sister. I had a brother. You know, I had cousins, like female cousins, you know, but like...
I never had sisters either.
But yeah, it was just like...
2 brothers.
That was my first thing. I was like, this is amazing. This is... You know, I think as a man, we're supposed to protect females. You know?
Think so.
Or like,
I think that's our
I would
role.
protect my mom, my wife, my daughter, right?
Course.
And so when I had my daughter, I was like, oh, great. Like, it's like another purpose for my life to protect someone else, right? So it was an amazing feeling. I never had that like, oh, I wanted to have a boy, you know, or anything. Like, I really wanted to make sure that I just have a healthy kid. And I mean, if that wasn't the case, I would still love my child, right?
Of
but
course.
like, you know, with every parent, I think, goes through this. Like, let's hope the kid comes out healthy. You know, 10 fingers, 10 toes.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't
that's
care what it is.
say,
Just can it please be healthy?
Yeah. And no complications, right? I mean, there's so many tragic stories that we hear about, you know, kids born with some heart problems or something, right? So,
of course, yeah.
So, okay, the child, she was a little conehead, so we made fun of her right off the bat.
Nice.
It was a very complicated pregnancy, delivery and labor. She had that suction cup attached to her and she had to be pulled out, so that's why she was a conehead. Yeah, it was fucking hilarious.
Did you watch all that shit?
No, because with that, with my daughter's pregnancy, it had to go to an emergency because the baby's heart rate was dropping. So right away they're like, I remember it was probably only like 2 minutes max, but it felt like 20 minutes. And they're like, wait here, and they wheel her away. I'm just like in the hallway by myself, nobody around. I'm like,
really?
What the fuck's going on? What the fuck's going on? You know. So again, it felt like forever, but they gave me like the scrubs and everything, and just had to go into the emergency operating room because they were ready to do a C-section, emergency C-section. Yeah. But my wife might hate me for this, but like I was beside her. And then I just see her legs, you know, the apron and everything, and I see these tools being brought in and then handing back like bloody. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing to my kids? But it was actually my wife that was getting cut because they had to cut her down there to deliver the baby safely. And no, I didn't do that. Put an extra stitch in for me.
Oh, gross.
I know. People were asking me, you know, like, first of all, if I had said that, I think everybody would have fucking punched me in that room.
I would hope. Yeah. One would only hope.
But anyway, so it was a difficult delivery. But yeah, like, as soon as she was out, like, I remember, like, my wife was, like, basically paralyzed from waist down. She had the epidural, right? And I was like, I love you, bye. And then I followed the baby, right?
Yeah,
Because she had to be in ICU for 2 days because of the everything. And I just left my wife there. I'm like, you're in good hands. I'm going with the baby. And it's like, we got her, the 2 days later, we drove home and I was driving like 30. You remember?
Were you doing that? Like, just
God, I was so cautious. Like, remember watching Knocked Up?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, he's driving slow. That was exactly me because I'm just like, I don't care people honking, I
don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I was like just extra super careful.
This is my job now.
And that stopped after like couple months.
Yeah,
she's fine. Oh, we dropped her. She's okay.
Yeah, she's fine.
No, but so anyway, so that the first moment, like, I have a daughter. I was very excited, and then, of course, my buddy, right off the bat, he has 4 boys.
Oh, well,
he's like, see, I only have to worry about 4 penises. You have to worry about all of them. I'm like,
I know.
Thanks, buddy.
I know. I fucking hate it. Like, that's awful.
So, kind of trying to prep her from day one to like look like you have to be independent, you have to be strong, you have to say what you think, try not to fall for stupid requests. We got her cell phone and I was like, look, like I need to be able to trust you, so I'm not gonna look at your phone. But once in a while, when I ask you, hey, I need to look through some shit.
Yeah, I feel like we've brought that up on the show before,
there
or
better,
maybe just in
there better not be any
but
inappropriate stuff. And she's been really good. Couple times at first she freaked out. I was like, look, now you're giving me a fucking reason to
don't
not trust you.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna give you shit for swearing. I'm not gonna.
Whatever. Kids are kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I was 15. Like you're way better at 15 than I was.
Oh, me too. And so I have to balance that with like, okay, I don't want you to make the mistakes I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So I try to.
But also like, I need to give you enough rope to make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to be able to make mistakes, and it's okay.
Yeah, we try to tell my daughter everything the way it is. We mentioned that at the beginning.
Honest.
It's like just simple things like when she wanted to do gymnastics. I was like, okay, like that's serious, competitive gymnastics. Watch some videos of gymnasts like breaking their ankles and legs and stuff.
Okay.
I was just like, hey, like be ready.
This is something that could happen. Yeah.
Well, and it could be like 1 year in, you really want to do it, and then you might never be able to do it, and then.
Interesting.
Like, are you ready to give up all the other stuff just to do this, right? And then it might not work. If it works out, great. But it might not. You can't be. It can be the end of your life if something doesn't go your way. Basically, is what we're trying to always teach her. And she really appreciates it, and she takes it well from us. And my wife's, I have to give her so much credit.
We don't.
Yeah.
Both our wives.
Yeah. She's absolutely amazing. And I think part of it is she is a resource teacher, so she deals with troubled kids, and my daughter does deal with anxiety. So she kind of I sometimes like speak before I think what I should say. Yeah.
You.
Yeah, right?
No, I don't think so.
And
I don't believe it.
And then I get Then after that, my wife's like, well, you could have said this or that.
I do that too.
Oh, fuck, okay.
But then I don't back down when I get confronted on it either. I'll fucking say it to you too.
I just, depends on the situation.
I think you have to, like, what I've learned is like, and I was raised with 2 brothers, so I don't have a sister.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was the only female in our household, that poor fucking woman.
Right.
But like I've learned you'd have to, like, the same way you would treat any female as a good man, like you're a little more, you're more gentle.
Yeah.
And you need to be. Like, it's important to be. And I do forget that sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and so
but also it's fine. I'm not mean. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like, I shouldn't, like, I would talk to a boy or other man or a young man differently than I would speak to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't mean the message isn't the same. I would just speak differently.
Yeah. See, I used to be bad. Like I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I used to have like crazy anger issues.
Yeah, we've never actually talked about it.
Yeah, and
we should someday actually. Let's make a note to make a podcast out of that.
And yeah, it was just. I guess I don't know where it came from. I know I fought a lot with my mom. Still, but like, yeah. So, yeah, as I mentioned, like, I'm not necessarily the nicest to my mom, or I speak my mind and tell her the way it is. And thanks to my wife, like, she taught me to, be careful what I say to my daughter, because she might resent me one day for it.
Well, you don't want to lose that trust in that relationship. And so, like, the same thing with Autumn, like, we speak very openly with her, and in turn, she speaks very openly with us. Yeah. She tells us everything. Like, everything. Yeah. There'll be, like, other parents that we know, and they've been through this. Like, Autumn will tell us this thing, and the parents have no idea. And it's like, oh, Autumn told us the second she got in the car after school. Like, and I just want to have earned that trust, and I want to keep that very sacred, so that she keeps doing that as long as possible. Yeah. She's not always going to tell us everything, nor does she have to. No. And I don't poke and prod. Like, I don't prod for information. If she doesn't want to share it, I'll give her a couple of safe opportunities to do so. Yeah. And if she still doesn't want to, then, like, it's just not the moment.
Yeah, like, I'm still learning how to talk to my daughter, because it changes, I think, from day to day, week to week,
hour to hour, minute to minute sometimes.
Sometimes I come home and it's like, okay, what mood she's in, right? Yeah. But
and they're going through a lot, like,
exactly, and that's what sometimes I forget, that part where, okay, like, she is a teenager that's going through crazy hormones, which I will never understand. Our wives probably understand it better than we do.
Well, and as a boy, as a young teenage boy, you're just horny and angry. Yeah, and you're actually just angry because you're horny.
Like, exactly. Yeah,
like it seems a lot simpler.
Yeah, I think so. And so,
which makes sense. We're very simple beings compared to our counterparts.
You're not simple.
I didn't say I was. Okay, sorry. We're simpler beings than our counterparts, our female counterparts.
But what I was going to say is that, okay, so, like, every day I'm learning ways to communicate with her, and a week ago I kind of told her, I was like, look, like, I come home from work, you're in your room. Then you come down for a bit, and then you go back to your room. Yeah. And then 3 hours later, you come down again, and you go back to your room. Too.
And she comes out to make more dishes, is what she does, actually.
And so I kind of, like, sat down, actually, both our kids. It wasn't just directed to my daughter, but just said, like, like, the screen time needs to be cut down. And I specifically mentioned examples. So my daughter, I was like, look, like, you're in your room, and I know you're probably talking to your friends and watching shows and, TikToks or whatever, but, like, I would like to see you more around. If it needs to be something that you would want us to do together, then you let us know. Think of us. Like, you don't have to make a decision now, but just let us know what you would want to do together as a family. Go out for a walk, bike ride, just have a fire in the backyard, go for a swim, sit in a hot tub and talk, like, whatever you want to do, like, whatever you think,
interested.
What would get you out of your room, off your screen? Let us know, right? And I told her, I was like, you're going to camp, you're probably not gonna think about it. So once you're back, we're going to Toronto. So, like, we'll take
have some experiences.
We'll take some time, but, like, let's figure out, like, how to, cut down the 5 hours on screen to maybe 3, and then those 2 extra hours we can do something.
Now, how
together.
much of that is on? Like, it's all on us because we're the parents.
It is,
but, like,
like, we're busy, and
how much of that, like, because we do it too,
for sure.
And how much of that is, like, come up with ideas and then we'll spend time together, or how much of it is, like, you just create opportunities, like you did with Jacob yesterday. We're working on the thing together. We're working on the patio together. Period.
And I gotta give me.
We're working on it.
We included Gabby too. She was shoveling. Her and Jacob were actually trading off. So,
So I guess it's just sometimes you have to just say this is what we're doing, and other times like,
and we do,
and it's probably good to give them choice and good to give them freedom to make
well,
choices and options.
And that's
like,
the thing. Like we've been giving them things to do together, which they were not happy with. You know, so because,
like spending time together.
Well, as in like, oh, because we're like, yeah, we need to do this work, so why don't you guys come help? We'll do it together, right?
Yeah, okay.
Or let's go. We would tell them like, well, let's play some cards. Let's do this. Let's do that. But I wanted to give them the option to, okay, what would you want to do? You know,
yeah, that's
and
good.
then
I like that.
Whether Jacob likes it or not, we're doing it. You know, because Gabby wants it, or vice versa.
Yeah.
We bought these card games. It's a family discussion thing where like you pull a card and there's a question and then you have to go around.
Oh, we have those. We do that at dinner.
So we do that once in a while, you know, and trying to kind of engage them. But again, we have our lives too, and sometimes, you know, busy with whatever I'm working on, podcast designs or whatever. So I'm guilty as well, you know.
Of course. Yeah, me too. For sure I am.
So it's a crazy balance that, you know, I think we're going to try to figure out for the next whatever years.
Bunch of years.
And I don't think we're fully going to have it figured out.
I've always sensed nobody does.
No.
Like you just don't. And each kid's different.
Just try to make the best of it.
Well, and you're trying to create a relationship that stands.
Yeah.
That matters.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you're trying to find ways to do that, and every kid wants to do that in a different way. Just no different than any person.
Yeah.
Like, every person wants a different type of friend, or wants a different interaction with their friends, expects this, and everyone goes into those things with their own interaction and their own expectations. And so kids are no different.
No.
If I constantly make Autumn do things that I feel like she'd want to do or that I want to do, well, that's not fair to her either.
Yeah.
And then like get upset when she doesn't want to spend time with me. It's like, well, yeah, like I'm not, what do you want to, like, I love that you did that. Like, what do you want to, what makes you happy? Like, I'll give, because it's my, like, I'll give and you give and then everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So, you know, and then it's the whole anxiety part is, I don't get it. Right.
Yeah.
And I don't have to get it. I just have to understand that she's going through it. And I had a hard time with that at the beginning, just like I had a hard time believing that depression is real.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And but she's seen a therapist. We've seen great improvement. The one thing that she's very scared of is still her food allergies.
Mm.
And that one is like, you know, she was very anxious to go to the keg, I believe. Yeah, keg on Saturday for her birthday party.
Okay.
Because she's like, well, it's not a restaurant we eat at all the time. And they don't necessarily have just chicken fingers and fries and, you know.
No, they have delicious everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But she's just scared. So, like, and that to me is just like, you know, she understands that if you tell the restaurant that you're allergic, like anaphylactic allergy to peanuts or cashews and pistachios, they will, even if they have pistachios and cashews, they'll make sure that everything's clean when that meal is prepared because they can fucking shut down the restaurant.
Yeah, but you're also trusting a stranger. A group of strangers.
That's the thing. Like, she understands it, but yet she's still freaking out about it. And like, I have super like, that's what gets me angry. It's like, how, like, why are you still freaking out? If you know, you'd tell me that you understand, but yet I'm still freaking out.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just like, you deal with it.
Well, and I think like women are generally softer.
Yeah.
And so they know how to do that. And also women know how to speak to other women.
I think so.
And our daughters are not kids, they're women.
They are. Oh, that sounds awful.
It's fucking weird. I hate it so much.
But on the other hand,
I also love it. But
yeah, on the other hand, I was just gonna say, like, I love the fact that now she can sit down with our friends. Like we sit by the fire and they join the conversation actually, and like you can have a conversation.
Yeah.
Somewhat of an adult conversation.
Yeah, we were at a family. We went to my parents for dinner on Sunday. This past Sunday. Doesn't matter because I don't know when this is coming out, but. And like some of the kids went downstairs to go do whatever, and like Autumn wanted to stay at the table with the adults and just like observe and be part of the
Yeah,
conversation.
and then
like,
they chime in a
and
little bit
she
here and
says
there.
like she listens, and she has a place at that table. She's welcome to do that. Like, I don't tell her like, no, go play with the kids. Not like when we were young.
Yeah.
Where it's like the adults want to do whatever they're doing.
Fuck
and
off.
It's like, get out of here. Go to fuck outside or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's like, sit here, enjoy, like converse, learn, listen. Like you'll hear and learn things that you won't if you're downstairs playing video games.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I love that. And she chose that. We didn't ask her to do. She can do whatever she wants. Ooh,
so
that was a big one.
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay, we're almost done.
But yeah, no, it's definitely. I guess if one advice I can give to anybody that has a daughter and they're about to hit teenage years or
in them or whatever,
and I guess just listen.
Yeah, be patient.
Be patient and listen. Yeah.
When you think you're almost out of patience, keep going.
Yeah, and that I struggle with it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do all the time.
Yeah. But
my daughter's like my wife, and they're like free thinking, they're like not. They just don't think like I do.
Yeah.
Which is what makes us a great family unit. Which is also what drives me fucking bonkers. And now she is a bit like me, so when she's like her mom, it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And when she's like me, it drives me nuts. Because it's like fuck.
That's what I would say. That's what I would do.
Or like you use the same set of critical thinking skills, but your answer's different than what I want.
Yeah.
Fuck. But I can't, like, I have to support that.
That's right. Yeah.
So
that's what you were teaching her.
It's patience. And I think I think your word of listen is actually listen.
Yeah.
Like hear them, like listen to them,
give
them opportunities to speak.
Yeah.
Whether it's through their behavior or through their words. Give them a chance to speak, because they're young women. They're growing up as young women, and boys too, but we're kind of focused on our daughters, but like give them a safe window to speak without punishment or judgment or anger or too much of my rational logic thinking, because it's not helpful. Just let them speak. And if you make it comfortable and you actually listen, they'll keep talking. And that's all you want to do is just keep them talking to you.
Yeah. Though threats do work as well.
Well, yeah, no, we're not.
I love that.
We're not getting into disciplinary and being tough. But
I'm just gonna throw it out there. It works great when our rule at the table is like, if it's something new, you gotta try it once.
Yeah,
you know,
fair.
And when Gabby does it, I'm like, you either try it or you're giving her a cell phone right now. She's like, fine. She tries it. So.
Listen, if they agree to do things begrudgingly because you're a parent, you get to do that. You're also only doing it for their best interest.
I don't use that very often, and I usually try to turn it into a joke.
Yeah.
And then she's like,
keep it lighthearted.
She's like, fuck you, Dad. I'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, Autumn eats kind of everything.
Which is awesome, yeah.
And what I found with Autumn, is if she helps with any part of preparing it, and she likes to cook, she likes to be in the kitchen, she'll eat it.
It's funny that you bring it up.
Or at least she'll try it.
It's funny that you bring it up because we're trying to eat healthier now. And so Gabby actually was the one that suggested that, you know what, why don't we meal prep together? Why don't I be part of the meal prep? And that way she'll kind of try to prep meals that she will enjoy as well and be part of it. And then she can give her input.
That's great.
And I was like, awesome. What a great idea.
That's super good.
I'm looking forward to it when she's back. So
no, when Autumn helps us prepare food,
that's good.
Whether me and her cook, Rachel cooks too, but we have a thing with cooking, her and I. It's kind of our thing. And so when she helps, she'll eat anything if she helps make it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right.
So
that's probably a good break off point.
Yeah.
Ooh, you look tired, buddy.
I am tired, but it's okay. I'll sleep it off. So
we'll text you when I'm up at 4:30 in the morning tomorrow.
I'll be just arriving at work. Yeah.
Thanks everyone for being here.
Yeah, thanks.
Listening.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Quiet Riot Show. We're on TikTok too. I know it sucks, but we're actually getting some decent views.
Okay.
And send us.
I'm on TikTok now.
Yeah, you're on TikTok.
Oh shit.
Actually, I put your face on a dancing thing.
Oh, good. That's nice. Thanks.
No, I didn't. And send us an email if you have a question. QuietRiotShow@gmail.com. Bye.
Yeah, that's it. Later.
All Quiet Riot Show episodes have been recorded and produced by SuverMedia. If you think you have an idea for a podcast but don't have the space or proper equipment, please visit SuverMedia.com for more information. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please hit the follow button and leave us a review if the platform you are listening on allows you to do so. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Quiet Riot Show, and follow us on the Instagram page @QuietRiotShow. Please share this episode with others that may be interested in these topics. If you know anyone that would enjoy these topics, feel free to share our podcast with them. Also, let us know what topics you'd like to see covered in future episodes. Get in touch with us in the comments on our channel and social media, or send us an email to quietriotshow@gmail.com.